It's Friday, everyone. What do we do on Fridays here at the Hint Hive? That's right, we smash the patriarchy. Hello, my fellow queens. Welcome back to the Hint Hive, Amplifying Women's Voices. I'm your host, Kelly Hint, psychotherapist, feminist life coach, and your queen bee of this hive. Today we're tackling something that almost every woman struggles with at some point, regardless of how successful, educated, attractive, talented, or accomplished she may be. We are talking about confidence, but not the Instagram version. Not the fake it till you make it version. Not the just think positive thoughts version. We are talking about authentic, unshakable confidence. The kind that doesn't disappear when someone criticizes you, rejects you, overlooks you, or disagrees with you. Because let's be honest, women receive conflicting messages about confidence from the moment we are born. We're told to be confident, but not arrogant. Speak up, but don't be bossy. Be ambitious, but not intimidating. Know your worth, but don't make anyone uncomfortable. It's exhausting. And the truth is that many women spend years trying to appear confident while secretly feeling like frauds. Imposter syndrome sucks. Today, we are going to break down what confidence actually is, what science says about how it develops, and how you can build genuine self-confidence without pretending to be someone that you are not. So let's dive in. Let's start with what confidence actually is. One of the biggest misconceptions about confidence is that confident people never doubt themselves. That is simply not true. Confidence is not the absence of fear. Confidence is the willing to act despite that fear. Research in psychology consistently shows that confidence is built through experience, mastery, and evidence, not through positive thinking alone. Think about it. You don't become confident driving a car by staring in the mirror and repeating affirmations. You become confident because you've driven hundreds of times and survived every turn, stop sign, and parallel parking disaster. Confidence comes from evidence. It comes from proving to yourself that you can handle life. The problem is that many women are taught to wait until they feel confident before they take action. In reality, confidence usually comes after action, not before. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why on earth do women struggle with confidence? Women's challenges with confidence are not individual failures. They're often the result of social conditioning. Research has found that girls receive more appearance-based feedback than boys from a very young age. Women are also more likely to be interrupted, doubted, scrutinized, and judged in professional settings. Many women grow up receiving subtle messages that they should prioritize being liked over being respected. That creates a dangerous pattern. Instead of asking, "What do I want?" women often ask, "What will people think?" Instead of trusting themselves, they seek permission. Instead of taking up space, they shrink. The confidence gap is not because women are less capable. It's because many women have spent literal decades being taught to question themselves. Here's something I wish every woman knew. Confidence is not really about believing you'll always succeed. It's about believing you'll survive if you don't. Confidence is built through self-trust. Many women think, "I'll be confident once I know this will work." But authentic confidence says, "Even if it doesn't work, I'll figure it out." That is self-trust. And self-trust is the foundation of confidence. When you trust yourself, rejection doesn't destroy you. Mistakes don't define you. Failure becomes information instead of proof that you're not enough. All right, let's get into some evidence-based strategies to help build that confidence. First, keep promises to yourself. This is one of the most powerful confidence builders available. Every time you make a promise to yourself and follow through, your brain collects evidence that you are reliable. Every time you repeatedly break promises to yourself, your brain collects evidence that you are not. Think about how trust works in relationships. Would you trust a friend who constantly let you down? Probably not. Yet many women repeatedly abandon their own commitments and then wonder why they don't trust themselves. Start small. Don't promise yourself you'll completely transform your life overnight. Promise yourself that you'll take a 10-minute walk, write one page, make one phone call, set one boundary. Then do it. Consistency creates confidence. Next, stop waiting for perfection. Perfectionism is often disguised as high standards, but perfectionism is not about excellence. It's about fear. Fear of judgment, fear of mistakes, fear of criticism, fear of not being enough. Research consistently shows that perfectionism is associated with anxiety, depression, burnout, and lower self-esteem. Perfectionism tells you, don't start until you're ready. Confidence says, start messy. The women you admire most probably weren't ready when they began. They learned while moving. Because confidence grows through action, not endless preparation. Next, challenge your inner critic. Many women have internalized a harsh inner voice. I'm guilty as charged myself. You know the one. You look ridiculous. Who do you think you are? You're not qualified. Everyone else is better. My personal one is, you moron. I cannot tell you how many times I used to say that to myself. I don't anymore because I built up my confidence through action. And here's the thing. Your inner critic is often trying to protect you from disappointment or rejection. The problem is that it usually does so by crushing your confidence first. Instead of automatically believing every thought, ask, would I say this to someone I love? Would I speak this way to my daughter, my best friend, my sister? If not, why are you speaking that way to yourself? That's actually something that I had to do for me. I had to say to myself, would I speak to one of my patients the way I'm speaking to myself right now? And the answer was hell no, so I stopped. And another thing, your thoughts are not always facts. Challenge them. Question them. Replace them with something realistic and supportive. Next, build competence. Confidence grows when competence grows. This isn't glamorous, but it's true. The more skills you develop, the more evidence you have that you're capable. Want more confidence at work? Learn, practice, take courses, volunteer for projects, develop expertise. Want more confidence socially? Practice conversations, attend events, push your comfort zone. Competence creates confidence because your brain has proof, not fantasy, proof. Next, stop making confidence dependent on approval. This one is huge. Many women unknowingly outsource their confidence. They feel confident when they're praised, attractive, validated, chosen, approved of. Then, the moment criticism appears, confidence vanishes. That is not confidence. That's approval dependence. Authentic confidence comes from internal validation. It means understanding that your worth is not determined by whether someone else sees it. People can misunderstand you, and you're still valuable. People can dislike you, and you are still valuable. People can reject you, and you are still valuable. Your worth is not up for a public vote. Hell, you wouldn't be watching this video or listening to this podcast if I listened to all of my haters. They don't define me. They don't stop me. I rise above them because I am very confident in exactly who I am. All right. Lastly, expand your comfort zone regularly. Confidence does not grow inside comfort zones. It grows on the edge of them. Psychologists call this exposure. As a matter of fact, as a therapist, I have been very highly trained in exposure and response prevention therapy, which is the gold standard treatment for people struggling with obsessive compulsive disorder, or OCD. I have literally watched women with OCD transform their lives. It's amazing. Difficult work, but life-changing. Because when we repeatedly face manageable challenges, our anxiety decreases over time. Confidence increases because our brain learns, I can handle this. Try something uncomfortable this week. Speak up in a meeting. Post your opinion. Ask for what you need. Set a boundary. Apply for the opportunity. Make the call. Confidence is not built through thinking. It's built through doing. Now, let's connect this conversation to feminism, because I wouldn't be the queen bee if I didn't try to smash the patriarchy, correct? All right. A confident woman is powerful. Not because confidence makes her better than anyone else, but because confidence makes her harder to control. Women who trust themselves are less likely to tolerate toxic relationships, less likely to stay silent, less likely to shrink themselves for other people's comfort, less likely to seek permission to exist. The patriarchy benefits when women doubt themselves. That's why building confidence is not just personal, it is political. Every woman who learns to trust herself creates ripples that affect families, workplaces, communities, and future generations. Pretty amazing, huh? Your confidence can literally reshape the future. I want to challenge every listener this week. Choose one thing that you have been avoiding because you don't feel confident enough. Just one. Then ask yourself, what would I do if confidence wasn't required first? And then do that thing. Not perfectly, not fearlessly, just courageously. Remember, action creates confidence, not the other way around. All right, queens, time for our affirmation of the week. I do not need permission, perfection, or approval to trust myself. My confidence grows every time I choose courage over self-doubt. Take a moment and think about that. Confidence is not something you magically wake up with one day. It's built through thousands of small moments where you choose yourself. Every boundary, every brave conversation, every risk, every act of self-trust. Every time you show up, despite the fear that you feel, you are strengthening the muscle of confidence. You don't become confident and then act courageously. You act courageously and become confident. That's how authentic confidence is built. One brave choice at a time. If there's one thing that I want you to take away from today's episode, it's this. You are not lacking confidence because something is wrong with you. You may simply be waiting for confidence to arrive before taking action. But confidence is a result, not a prerequisite. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting to feel fearless. Stop waiting to feel certain. Trust yourself enough to take the next step. The evidence that you're capable is not hiding somewhere in the future. It's already in your past. You have survived difficult seasons. You have adapted. You have learned. You have overcome challenges you once thought would break you. The proof is already there. The question is whether you're willing to believe it. Ladies, if today's episode resonated with you, please share it with another woman who needs a reminder of her own power and resilience. And make sure you're subscribed to the Hint Hive, Amplifying Women's Voices, so that you never miss an episode. I'd also love to hear from you. What is one courageous action you are committing to this week? Join the conversation in our Hint Hive community over on Facebook and let us know. And you may have noticed that some of these episodes are getting a little bit shorter. Well, that is me practicing my own healthy boundaries. I have alluded in some of the prior episodes that I've got a lot going on in my life, and I do. And so I need to shave a little time off here and there, and sometimes I can do it with an episode. So apologies for the lack of consistency, but I do not apologize for setting and enforcing my own personal boundaries. All right, gals, until next time, remember, you do not need to become someone else to be confident. You simply need to trust the woman that you have already become. And if you're having a hard time with that, reach out to me. Maybe it's time that we do some work together. So, ladies, keep buzzing, keep rising, and keep amplifying your voice. This is Kelly Hint, your queen bee of this hive, signing off. This podcast is powered by Kelly Hint Empowerment Coaching, as well as Kelly M. Hint LMHC and The Cranky Counselor. To find out more about coaching services, head over to CoachKellyHint.com. If you'd like to know more about the psychotherapy services I offer to individuals within the state of New York, you can check out KellyMHint.com. And if you'd like to learn more about aromatherapy, you can check out TheCrankyCounselor.com.